Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video and I apologize for that. Been busy as a family, things like international travel, school with the kids, all the stuff you can imagine with two young ones. But we're back with an update. Something cool that we've done here is to upgrade the home studio for Beau Family EV and the Turn Down for What podcast. You can see here, thanks to our friends over at Sedeta, we have this cool new home studio upgrade. This desk is the first time that I have had a proper computer desk. This is something that can be used for computer gaming systems. I use it here for my editing and for the podcast. For the first time, I have a proper station. We're going to walk you through the setup, show you how it compares to the old system and setup that I had. This is going to be really cool and I'm super excited about it. A big shout out and thanks to Sedeta for hooking me up with this. A lot of great features that I'm going to show you guys. Let's start with a little bit of the history and let me walk you through what I've been using for the last 2 years. And you're going to see kind of how that evolved over time, where that really table came from. Let's start with that, and then we're going to circle back around and walk you through this one and show you why I'm so excited about it. Okay, so let's start off by talking about where it all began, and that's right here at this table. I have never had a proper desk for doing the show, the podcast, or any of my videos. I have been using this table that actually started off when my wife and I were back in our condo in Fremont. When we had just gotten married, had our 2 kids, this was our dining room table. Then it evolved during COVID to be the table that she used to teach from when remote learning was a thing. As that evolved, it then became what I used for the podcast and as my computer station, and that is what you see here today. We've got the microphone here, which is a Stellar X, given to me by Joe Prez from the San Joaquin Valley Tesla Owners Club. He also does a podcast, which is really great, so thank you to him for this. Then we've got the Mac Mini M4 that we've got here. That's the computer I use for all my editing. I'm using CapCut here for that. I got my YouTube channel, and then of course we're using StreamYard for the podcast itself. So that's what I've got here on these screens. And yeah, it's a pretty simple setup. There's nothing really fancy going on here. And we've just been using this table here to do the YouTube stuff. And for the audio side, Josh then uploads that up to Spotify and all of that. So yeah, this is the simple setup that we've been using. So I'm really looking forward to this new proper desk studio that we're going to have. So we're going to walk you through what those improvements are. Right now, what I've got is really just a power strip that's behind these monitors, and it's all just kind of wired together. I've got a USB area here to be able to plug these into, and then I've also got a external hard drive for those that have ever tried to spec out an M4 Mac Mini. The memory or the hard drive space is incredibly expensive, and you're better off just buying an external port. So we're going to show you guys some upgrades that we've made that, along with the desk and the power and the USBs, we went ahead and we've done some upgrades with the Mac Mini as well while we're at it. Also, the microphone you'll see here, because this is a table and the thickness on it, I was never able to do a proper boom mic here that you'll so often see with podcasters. So this is just a tabletop version that we're using here for the microphone stand. We've got a proper boom mic that we're putting on that desk that we've got. So a lot of different changes here, a lot of improvements that we're making with the new studio. So let's check that out together. Right away, you can just see just the space that I've got here. I've got this cool display for all of my NACS to CCS adapters. These are just the different things that companies have sent me, and then I've been able to test everything from the prototypes that I've had from A to Z over to the things from EV Base. I've got still here one from Lectron that I still need to test. That one I'm waiting on the new V4 cabinets from Tesla to open up to non-Tesla vehicles up here in Redwood City. And then I'm going to test that one out. I've got a number of them here that I've done videos on already. You can check those out on my Beau Family EV channel. But this is just a cool history of the different adapters I've been able to check out, including the original Tesla adapter, the Ford Electron adapter, and pretty much everything else that I've been able to check out in between. Up top, of course, you've got the display and the shelf where you can see I've got my Cyber Beer, my Lightning remote control, and Optimus. Hopefully one day we will have a real Optimus at the house. This pegboard might be one of my favorite features, just how flexible this is. There's a number of different things you can use this space for. All of these are just magnets. You can see this is one of the adapters here, and then this is just a really big magnet that I've got attached to it. You can do pretty much whatever you want here. If you had tools or different parts and bends that you wanted to put here, different screws, nuts, and bolts, you could add all of that here. Down here, you can see that I've got all the different kind of matchbox that I've got. With these are just these little hooks here. You can see how easily those go on. So yeah, I'm really into this pegboard thing. I love that they've made this out of metal. I think, again, I think I'm going to add some lighting here, but otherwise, I'm just really into this. There are some cool things here I'm going to show you on the surface of the desk as well. It's really helped clean up the power strip, having one right on top here. Let's take a closer look at some of those features that I think are really cool here. So as we come in, you can see that it has a built-in power strip that has both 110 plugs as well as USBs. So I've been able to do that. And you can see here with the Mac Mini how much cleaner this is. I don't have the extra USB outlet that I had before. I also added one of these Mac accessories. And what this does is this gives me a little cooling area for the M4. And also, if you lift this up, there is a slot underneath for a 2 terabyte memory SIM, which adds that instead of having the external memory drive that I had before. This also gives me some USB slots here in the front, so this makes this cleaner for my headset. Because this is a metal frame, I have another hook here, the same type of hooks I used here for the Matchbox cars. So I really like being able to add things like this hook to areas here on the pegboard or down here on the frame for things like my headset. It does come with a couple hooks here on the end, which I really like. So I've got my Ford hat here. This is my backpack with all of my gear for recording, like my cameras and some of my audio equipment. So that's really cool. This desk can be assembled in 4 different configurations. I'll insert some pictures here, but you can see on the instructions that come with it, there are these different configurations where you can lay it out either lengthwise along the wall, or you can configure it like you see it here with me, or you can reverse this in a couple different ways. And it's really simple to do. Everything is numbered, so you can actually see, and I left them on here just so you can see that each of these sections has a number right there. And if I can find another area here, you can see if I zoom in, there's a number 18 right there, number 19 right over there. And so each of these sections, as you go to assemble them, there's another one underneath here. If you look over there, each of these sections is numbered. And so you can take and you can kind of rotate this way. You can put these in a different configuration. So it's really customizable to the space you have. Since I'm using it for podcasting, one of the things I've never had before is a boom mic. The table that I had before was too thick for it to attach, but this one is almost made perfectly for it. You can see right back in this area, it's got this little area where it fits perfectly here and attaches almost like it's made for it. I do need to find something to do here with these wires. I want to clean this up and make this look a lot more presentable than it is now. Some kind of white trim or way to run these wires. If you guys have a recommendation, something you guys really love, I'd love to have something that was magnetic as opposed to sticky tape. So something clean that I can do that's very flexible. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. So if you guys have good ideas of what you've really enjoyed for some clean wires, let me know, because I would love to see that. So as I have a seat here at the desk, you can see that I've got my workstation all set up. Over here, I have my YouTube videos that I can watch. I have my editing station here with CapCut. Over here, this is my browser where I would have, X and Facebook and Google set up. I also have, of course, right now, StreamYard, and this is where I podcast from. So that's what you see here. Before I had kind of a virtual background. I'm thinking I'm just going to leave it as it is and be able to show the background I have here. And I've got this neon on the air sign for turn down for watt. So I'm thinking I'm just going to use that. Let me know what you think on the virtual background versus the one that I've got here. What do you guys prefer when you see somebody podcasting? I think I'm going to start off with this and give this a shot and just see how that goes. But yeah, and then of course back here, I've just got my display that we talked about earlier with the pegboard. So I think I'm going to find something here. I've seen some wireless charging type pads that you can use where you can set your keyboard and your mouse and then have like a charging pad for the phone. So I'm thinking there might be something that I'm going to do there. And then over here, I've got these drawers. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the drawers. Maybe I'll put some foam in here and put some of my tools in here. I don't really keep a lot of stuff in drawers, to be honest with you. I don't have a tower, but if this was a computer gaming system, there are versions of desks where they have towers. This is more open, where you can put towers, but I wouldn't have a use for that because I have the Mac Mini. I don't really have a tower system here. So I went with the drawers, but I don't frankly use drawers either. So I'm not sure. Again, I'm thinking foam, some kind of storage, something here to keep organized. But that is for a later date. But yeah, I'm super excited just to have this space and to have this setup. I think it's going to be a big upgrade and a lot of fun to kind of evolve the space. And I just love having this boom mic here that I can extend out and have feeling like a proper podcaster. So yeah, super excited just to have this openness and to have this kind of upgraded experience. So tell me what you think. I don't know, man. I'm digging the energy. I'm digging the vibe. I'm certainly looking forward to my first podcast with it. I hope you guys will stay tuned for Turn Down for What and get your thoughts on that first episode. Tell me what you think. Leave some thoughts in the comments. That's it for now. We're going to wrap this one up, but thanks for watching it, and we'll see you on that first podcast episode.